So I had the National Defense Act of 1916. It was sponsored by Julius Kahn of California and drafted by James Hay of Virginia, and it was signed by President Woodrow Wilson. So why we needed it, first of all, helped regulate the state militias. And the state militias were not federally regulated as much as they probably should have been. And in the South, it was more of an issue because there's some issues with Mexico, and our state's militias just needed the federal control that this act gave us. Secondly, the connection with the National Guard and the president became more effective here. So now the president had the power to move the National Guard in case of emergencies. This was very important because we were in 1916 and World War I was going on. We are not currently in the war, but we knew that there was a chance we could get attacked and we would need the National Guard to be easily movable to that spot. So now with National Defense Act of 1916, the president had the power to move the National Guard to areas as needed. Thirdly, it established the Reserve Officer Training Corps, which is a program where students become cadets and they're training during the 4 years of college. So as they're getting their degree, they're taking classes for the military and for their college. So then as soon as they graduate, they are fully trained and they're officers in their service branch. And they also get their degree. And so present day, the military will pay for you to go through your tuition. They pay all your college bills, most of them at least. And you get officer and your degree, but you usually serve about 4 or 5 years and sometimes 8, depending on which path you choose. And it was not used with any sponsor groups or anything like that. It kind of just went through. Debates, everyone was pretty for it. Got 3 good things. You had the Reserve Officer Training Corps, which also built a stronger core of officers. So then that way, if we did get brought into World War I, which happens soon, we have more officers and now they're more prepared. It went through the House Committee on Military Affairs. And this was the Army Appropriations Bill in 1916, which was part of the National Defense Act, kind of the book. And it was bipartisan. Both parties kind of came together and they knew that this was what we needed in case of we needed to be brought into World War I. This helped prepare us for that. So it was bipartisan. Impact. Today, ROTC is still a full functioning program. Not everyone knows about it, but it's very popular. It has thousands in each branch each year pretty much. You have Army, Navy, which has the Navy option, Navy nurse option, and Marine option. And then you also have Air Force, and those are your 3. Coast Guard does not have ROTC. But what happens is now they pay for your tuition, you come out as an officer, same idea. And now you serve active duty and then reserve. Secondly, it also helped boost our military a lot for World War I. We were more prepared going in because this helped build our National Guard for nationally. Overall, our military became stronger. We had more officers. It may have been the deciding thing when we joined World War I on whether we were going to win because we were more prepared entering into World War I. Lastly, the powers it gave to the president. So later on, we have the War Powers Resolution that limited some of the powers that the president got because of this act. Now, the War Powers Resolution is debated still, but it's a political cartoon and no war declarations without representation. So the president's power is a little bit lowered because after this, but this helped to raise it a little bit. But many believe that during this time of World War I, we did need this National Defense Act of 1916. That's it.